place at the right time. That's all I can tell you. And Ulosophy would take care and handle the spiritual side. We go ahead and handle the mindset side. The concept, we drill into you the concepts that the high and elite did not want you to know, and they are born with it. That is why bloodlines have happened throughout history. And then comes the financial side, which is HEX.com, Post-Chain, PlSX, Richard Hart projects. These things are going to change the world. You know, I was told long ago that whatever has more controversy, usually that's the thing that they don't want you to do. HEX.com. And then we have the gathering side. We ask you to get together as a group. We ask you to be as a community. We ask you about membership. You do not have to be alone. Hey, my people. Once again, Ulosophy. And it's coming to go ahead and give you some knowledge that you basically just won't hear too much of it out there. You know, much of this information that I give you guys is something that a Ulosophy membership gives you. We talk about this all the time, and we go in-depth levels. We have documents that basically would blow your mind. You know, we have this stuff. We've spent, specifically me, and not saying this to in an egotistical way. I'm just trying to go ahead and give you a sense of the sort of determinedness that I've always had, and why or how I'm able to go ahead and get all this information. Get a lot of these documents, get a lot of these people, to talk to and so forth, is because I was willing to go ahead and put the work in. I was willing to go ahead and sacrifice time. I was willing to go ahead and sacrifice money. I was willing to go ahead and basically sacrifice anything and everything. Just like when I found HEX, the same thing occurred. That is why I knew that it was a good thing. Because when I found out about HEX, which is HEX.com crypto, I went ahead and watched every Richard Hart video. So guys, this is why, this information, that Richard Hart provides to us, regarding the crypto, regarding HEX.com, regarding Post-Chain, regarding PlSX, and now, other coins that, are showing great capability that will be on the Post-Chain network, and that's where they will be dedicated most of their energy from, which basically, anything that supports HEX, I'm with it. Not just because I'm in HEX. I'm the majority of my portfolio is HEX. Not because of that, but because, of the community itself. We're a little bunch, little crazy bunch. It's like in Spanish we have a saying, Pocos pero Locos, right? Which basically means a small bunch, but crazy as hell. That's basically what that meme says. Los Pocos pero Locos. We're small, there's a few of us, but boy are we crazy as hell, and we can take over anything. And that's what the HEX community is. Literally, that is what the HEX community is. is that it's a small group, tiny group, but man, we can go ahead and go against anybody and everybody. And it doesn't mean that we're going to win every single battle. No, but we will go ahead and fight till we can't fight no more. And we support each other. And, sometimes we joke around and so forth, this and that. That's just part of the game. Like, on Twitter, for example, I was giving one Hexagon girl some advice. She her post really showed that she was going through a really hard time, like hard time. Her post said that. So me, my videos. I've been doing this since 2016. My Twitter. You can look at my Twitter. I help people all the time. Well, this other Hexagon, he goes, oh, there goes the religious, there goes one of the religious ones or something like that, trying to get his shot, basically thinking I'm trying to go ahead and flirt with this woman, and get her attention by that. When I didn't, like, I do this all the time. And so, I even told him, like, hey, man, yeah, I do this all the time. Like, go check my Twitter. Like, go look at Ulosophy on YouTube. Like, I've been doing this for years, and I can help you. And he had this little picture. He didn't even have his picture. He had this picture of a bear, and basically like a blind bear with no eyes. So I said, well, I mean, if you're automatically thinking like that, whenever it comes to someone giving advice, you must have gave enough advice for you to realize, that this could be one of those situations. And that's what I mean. I'm losing track, right? But it was just really funny. That's the most recent experience that I had. So we joke around with each other, but, one Hexagon, I think it was Motley Investor, I heard him say, he's like, look, guys, for those who are new or old, do not take Twitter seriously. It only allows you to put certain enough characters on your tweet. Don't take it seriously. It's not for that. That's why get-togethers are important. Within the community. That is why streams are important. This is why DMs are important. You can go ahead and DM them at Hexagon for some information. Like, for example, when I came across the Texan token, I saw it from Rags to Riches, which is a Hexagon, and Crypto Heartbeat, which is a Hexagon. So I'm like, what is this? I started asking other Hexagons that were for the coin, that were promoting the coin. And I was like, where can I get more information about this and what it is? And, the best place probably to ask for information regarding any coin would be, on the Telegram itself of the coin. Like, when I first found Hex, like, I literally think they hated for all the questions that I asked. Because I asked a lot of questions. And any time that I came up with a question, I asked it. And I think you should do the same thing. I think it's even better than Reddit. Reddit has one as well. And there you can go ahead and ask questions. But the group is not as pure as it is on Telegram. On Telegram, you say the wrong stuff, they'll take you out. They'll block you. So the Hex, Telegram, the Pulse Chain, Telegram, the Pulse X Telegram, the Texan Token Telegram, the Hadron Telegram. I don't even know if they have one, but I'm thinking. But basically, that's, it's a community. We're strong, but we're small, but we're very strong. Like, we can go ahead and compete. And that's like, the 300s, You know, the movie 300, that's literally what I look at hexes as. There's a whole bunch of Bitcoiners, there's a whole bunch of Ethereum holders, there's, you know, a whole bunch of other token holders, Doge, you know, you could name them after name after name, you know, XRP, Polygon, whatever. You know, actually, Polygon, you know, it could well be that Polygon will go ahead and do something. So I wouldn't mind putting in just a little bit of money on it, maybe like. Well, at this point, if it's in the 70 cents, put a 150. If it's in the 80 cents, put like 250. If it's in the 90 cents, put 350. If it's $1, put 450. This is not financial advice. This is just me talking to a camera. I'm not talking to anybody. This is not financial advice. This is no advice of any kind. This is just me talking to a camera. I'm not giving no advice. Don't listen to what I say. You know, reach out to professionals first. And always, as a matter of fact, don't listen to me. Do not listen to anything I say and do not do anything I say. You know, all this is fiction. This is for entertainment. I don't know how more clear I can put it. That's my disclaimer, okay? I don't know how better I can put the disclaimer, Mr. Big Brother, okay? That's my disclaimer. What else you want me to do? It's gotten to that point. It's crazy, right? That you have to go ahead and make your disclaimer that big. So anything and everything that I ever say or I have ever said on a public, you know, on a public realm, whether it was YouTube, any social media, anything on the internet, anything that I have ever recorded and put out is fiction, it's entertainment. Do not listen to me. It's, you know, it's not real, it's just entertainment. I'm not a professional, seek a professional first, and you should not expect anything from the work of others. And you should not expect any profit from the work of others. That's really also the heart of this disclaimer. Do not expect anything from the work of others. You can't expect anything from the work of others. You can't. Do not expect anything from the work of others. That's basically my disclaimer for Ulosophy. Got that out. But yeah, I could see maybe Polygon doing something. I have a feeling that it's gonna become something. It's gonna be like Amazon. You know, it's gonna creep around you. Like you're gonna see it. You know, it's like when the story that I tell. Whenever I saw Amazon at $250, $300. And, you know, I was thinking of buying it, but never really went through the decision. And now it's like, what, 1,000, 2,000 stock? I don't know. I remember Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was being talked about, it was just a couple of cents. Like, come on, man. I was very, very young during those times. I was probably 21, 22 years old, around there. That's how young I was. But in those times, I really wasn't really focused on anything like that. And by the way, I think I would have invested, like I always say this, I think I would have invested in Bitcoin and I would have bought Bitcoin. But the thing was that during that time, that Bitcoin was beginning to flow, that I had a chance. I was listening to very old school type of people, audios and books and videos. You know, the Peter Schiff type of guys that tells you that gold is where it's at, and that you should put your money into gold, and that is $1,600 an ounce of gold. And it was during that time. I could tell you, look, this, if you don't believe me, I can tell you right now. During that time, the other thing that was going on was the Iraqi dinar. Remember, guys? I don't know if you guys remember. But the Iraqi dinar supposedly was gonna get value. So, at that point, the money was gonna go ahead and get a new amount of worth. So people were buying, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Iraqi dinar. I heard a radio show once where the guy, some guy sends in a letter, because the show was about, America and how we're falling into debt and so forth, and how the Chinese are taking over. I mean, I knew this information way long before, before all of you guys started talking about it. Many of us did as well. I knew this information, all this, everything that's happening right now, and this is about to happen. I knew this long ago. I knew this in my early 20s, in my late teens. I was taught this information. I was taught this information. So I knew everything that's been going on has been coming. The only thing I regret was not learning Mandarin, because that's one of the things that I was really pushed on. I was really being pushed on by my mentors. Learn Mandarin, because you're gonna need it. They're gonna take over. Bottom line, So, guys, it's just crazy how life happens and how things happen. And during that time, I was working. I could have well bought, at least $50 worth of Bitcoin when it was just worth a couple of cents. That definitely would have made me at least $1 million, like a couple $1 million. I could have retired and so forth. But unless I really forgot about it, I think that I would have sold it. Once it hit like 500, once it hit like 1,000, I would have sold the product. I don't know. Yeah, my mind wasn't really on investing. My mind was on investing, but investing slowly, right? Like building your own business, saving up enough money to go ahead and build your own business. Working on your credit so you can go ahead and start a corporation, and you can go ahead and get credit, capital, the whole concept of not using your own money, borrow other people's money. That's basically what great people with great success. Yes, it would have worked, but that's what I was taught. I wasn't taught things like the stock exchange, things like cryptocurrency, which Bitcoin, I think, was the only one at that time. But nothing like that. It's like, everything that I was taught, my mentors told me this, if you're going to go ahead and do something in life, do it slowly. Make sure that you know that it's going to take time for you to go ahead and succeed. And you're going to have to work like hell. You're going to have to sacrifice buying yourself this, or going out there, or doing this. And I would do that for like a couple of months, get enough money, and then I would just go ahead and spend it, right? I would go ahead and do what I want to do, because and I don't regret it, because I was in my 20s. So I mean, I could really say that I did enjoy my 20s. Depression hit me around 26. So it was a hard experience. But for the majority of part, I think I learned a lot of lessons during my 20s. Lessons that I think you would have learned in your 40s, or you wouldn't have gotten until your 40s. Things like being open to certain things. The reason these mentors and all these books I read and all these audios I heard, that it was all these old guys, all these old motivational speakers talking about don't invest in things like the stock exchange. Don't try to go ahead and get rich quick. For you to get rich, you start a business and then you work it non-stop, basically 7 days a week, 24/7, non-stop work. And then at that point, you're gonna start seeing success 3 to 5 years from now. But until 35 years from now, you're gonna see no success. Matter of fact, you're gonna be in the red. And that was, I was okay, cool with it. So, you know, when things like Bitcoin came around, when things like Uber came around, when things that I could have invested and you know, I saw some potential on it, that would just go ahead and get in my mind and it blocked me from it. Not trying to make an excuse of like, oh yeah, I could have been rich, but these old teachers. No. I don't regret a thing. I'm just saying why it has happened. But the reason why I believe that happened was that it was, you know, bottom line. You know, all these people were just saying the same thing. Like, success is not fast. So anything that you know, I knew wouldn't give me success. You know, like if it promised to go ahead and give me success, it was mainly a scam. It was really a scam, and that's what I was taught. You know, so but yeah, talking back to the Hexicans, we're a small group, but we're crazy, man. We're strong, we're crazy. You don't want to mess with a Hexican. You know, you better be ready with your arsenal. You know? And the good thing about Hexicans is that they're humble. If they really don't know information, they'll tell you. Like when I started, you know, when I started being a Hexican, I would put certain things on Twitter and so forth, and I would say, yes, Hex is the best or something. And people would come at me, man, with some questions, and I was like, man, what the hell was he talking about? I had to go and make some research and find the best comeback. But sometimes I would just say, hey, man, look, I'm not really, you know, to be honest, I'm not, just be the truth. Be like, look, I'm in crypto, I'm new to crypto. But all I am telling you is that as a person who is new to crypto and was introduced to crypto, you know, and gave crypto a chance to go ahead and be heard, to go ahead and make a decision. I heard hundreds of hours from you Bitcoiners. I heard hundreds of hours from you Ethereum holders. I heard hundreds of hours from your posts, from your Dogecoin holders, from all you Solana holders, from all you holders of all the different crypto. None of you have changed my mind. None of you got me excited like Hex did. Once I started listening to Hex, once I found Richard, I listened to all his interviews, like I said, and I also started watching K4K Crypto. K4K Crypto, he taught me, man, he was like Richard was the whole car itself. But K4K Crypto and like people like Hexologists as well, you know, the people were like the fuel. You know, because mainly at the beginning it was Richard Hart. I listened to nothing but Richard Hart. Once I really felt like I started feeling like I got enough Richard Hart videos, like I'm almost to the finish line.